So for this episode of Places to Go, I thought that I should take you somewhere that has really high reviews and makes especially Mongolian traditional foods. And therefore, I looked at this place called Zochin, which means guest in Mongolian. And they apparently have the best hotdog. And so if you guys don't know, hotdog is a traditional Mongolian dish that consists mainly of meat and a few veggies such as carrots and potatoes, but mainly meat. And so I thought it would be perfect for this weather. And since it's been months since I last ate it, I decided that this would be the place to go. So let's go! So now we are here with our head chef Zochin, and we're ready to make our hotdog.
За хорхогондоо зориулаад энэ махыг хоньны, нуруу, сээр, үзүүний мах ингээд бэлдсэн байгаа. Төмсөө сайхан цэвэрлээд ингээд дуунгаас хайрлаад өнөөдөр хорхогонд ба нэгдгээр авчраад орно.
За тэгэхээр энд гурил харагдчихээн. Надад бол сонь санагдаж байна. Яг өмнө гурилтаа харж байгаагүй.
Хорхогныхоо яг ногоо юунд нь бас хачир болох үүднээс гурилаа сайхан шүлэнд нь жигнээд тэгээд ингээд тавиад бас амттай хойж итгэхэд арай амттай юм уу гэж бодоод гурил бэлтгэхэд бэлдсэн байгаа. За төмсийг бол сайхан ингээд угаагаад хальстай чанаа. Хальстай чандаг маань нөгөө витаминлэг чанараа алдахгүй гэдэг үүднээс хальстай чанж байгаа. За эхлээд гурилаа зураад эхлэх гоё да.
За тэгээ. Тогоочолоод хэр удаж байгаа вэ?
За тогоочолоод нэг 10 жил, 10 гаруй жил болж байна. Ер нь бол би хобби сонирхолтой, би тогооч бол мэрэгжилтэй бол их дуртай. Ер нь бол тогооч гэдэг чинь бол хамгийн сайхан мэрэгжил. Хорхог бол манай монголчуудын идэх дуртай хамгийн дуртай хоол.
So now we're preparing our flour. Over here we have our hogget and we've prepared all of our materials. So this is kind of in a way very unique and very traditional because how we will be adding taste and flavoring the meat is we'll kind of smoke it, and in addition we'll add a little bit of salt and black peppers. However, the main ingredient or the main thing that adds a lot of flavor is the smoke. And then this part is also very unique as most people do not actually add a lot of flour into their hotdogs. So as you guys can see, we're preparing it now. And in addition to this, it's very, for me, exciting in a way that we're eating it during winter because it's usually, as mentioned before, eaten during the summer and during spring, for example, on getaways to the countryside. And so I think it's great that they're making it indoors all year long. Hi guys, so can you first introduce yourselves?
My name is Golalai, and I come originally from Afghanistan, but I live in Austria.
My name is Malik. I come originally from Jerusalem, but I live in Austria.
Okay, so how long have you guys been here in Mongolia?
That's our third day. Yeah,
Third day?
third day in Mongolia. Yes.
So how do you guys like it so far?
Yeah, I like it too much, but it's very cold.
Yeah, it's very cold. So can you tell us about the dish you ordered?
I ordered, I think it's mutton ribs with some vegetables. Yeah.
My dish wasn't a typical Mongolian dish. It was like salads. This was a little bit Western. That's why, because yesterday I ate a lot of meat. I have to make some compensation.
So how do you feel about it?
Well, to be really honest, it's quite heavy for us. But when I consider the cold weather, I totally get it. You need this type of energy.
Yeah.
But it's really a lot. It's really very, I mean, it's one dish, but I think 3 people can eat that and be full.
Манай Zochin Mongol зоог сүлжээ ресторан нийтдээ 5 салбартай. Тэгээд би болохоор эхлэлгүүрээ уртлын бизнес шившээний зүүн байрлах Zochin Mongol зоог салбарын менежер байгаа. Тэгээд манай салбар нь гэх юм бол 2017 оны 4 сард анх үйл ажиллагаагаа явуулж эхэлсэн. Тэгээд манай салбарын гол онцлог шинж чанар гэх юм бол Монгол ахуй соёлыг нэвтрүүлсэн, Монгол хэм маягтай гэдгээрээ манай салбар онцлогтой байгаа.
What I like personally very especially is the traditional decor. It's very nice. I mean, especially with these instruments. It's also calming. You can really relax. For example, the other restaurants we've been is like rush. Here are also a lot of people, but the stuff is very good. They bring the people to the table, so the service is very high. I would rate it very, very highly, like 10 from 10. The food I ordered, I think it was kind of typical Mongolian. It was also quite good. I can only compare what I've eaten yesterday and the day before compared to this dishes, which were like more street food style. It was seasoned very well, like there were different spices, and it was, in my dish especially, there was also the combination with vegetables, so it was good in that point. So I would maybe give like 8 of 10 taste, but I have to try more, of course. You have to invite us for free next time. That's it. Suggestions right now, I cannot think about any. But because you have already in the menu, was I also liked it. Like the salads, they're also the option. Because yesterday and the day before, we didn't have the option. It was only meaty dishes. And this is also what I liked, yeah.
Okay. And you?
For me, from outside, the outside of the store looks nice, so it's a good impression. You go inside, you see there's a lot of work in the pavement, the tables, so this was very good. Now you go to the menu. The menu is there's a lot of pictures. That's a good thing for the tourists because they understand the language, and also it's written in English. So English pictures help a lot the tourist, and also you have a compensation. It's not like meat. Also there's also salads, and also there's not just only tea, but the typical thing. It offers also juices, so you cover, how to say, every section. For me, as I told you, I ordered salads for me. The salads for me was very good. The vegetables was fresh, and the dressing was good. Maybe I would like maybe to have olive oil, and that's it. But I think it doesn't have to be like this. Yeah. That's it actually for me. So I like it. And the rate will be for me for the salad will be give 9 from 10.
So that's really high ratings. It looks like you guys really enjoyed it. How long will you guys be here in Mongolia?
12 more days, like total 2 weeks. Around.
Yeah, we're planning tomorrow to go to the Gobi there. So.
Oh, okay. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your trip, and I hope it's been good so far. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we are ready to make their main soup. We have all our ingredients ready here.
За манай нэрийн шидний онцлог гэх юм бол луун өндгөр баяжуулсан гурилтай. Тэгээ хоньны уйны махыг ороогоод, амтлаад, утаад, шарсан тийм махаар хийдэг байгаа. За өндгөө хийлээ. Өндөг луунгаар баяжуулсан гурилтай. Тийм өвөрмөц шүл байгаа. Луун бол маш олон төрлийн амин дэм агуулгадаг тий. Луун чинь А витаминээр баялаг.
Okay, so as you guys have probably seen, we just grated carrots and added it, as well as adding some eggs. And for me, I'm kind of wary about how it'll turn out because it's unique, but I have no doubt it'll be really good. As a lot of you guys probably know, adding eggs kind of soften the taste, and also carrots are filled with different types of vitamins, and it's very, very good for your body and for your health. So I'm very excited to try this one. And some of you guys may be wondering, but this soup isn't very like a traditional Mongolian soup. It's actually unique to their restaurant, and it's a special recipe that they came up with. So I'm very excited to try this. So now we've prepared our flour. We coated it with a little bit of oil, and now we're going to go steam it and then add it onto our soup. So the soup is made from, it's again bone soup. It's very, very common in Mongolia, as it's also very good for the health. For example, again, if you're very sick or if you're tired or when you just need soup, I guess, it's a very good soup to choose. So now that we've prepared all of our ingredients, let's move into the kitchen and cook everything. Okay, so we've already put our rocks in, and now we're putting our meat in, and we're getting ready to cook them. I can already smell the smoke that she was talking about when flavoring them, and I'm again taken back to summer. So this process is supposed to add in the flavor, so we'll be waiting on that for a little bit. After a bit, we're gonna add in our potatoes. Again, we won't be peeling them, and we'll add them straight in. So before we start cooking it, we're gonna let it sit with the onion and the potato and the hot rocks. The hot rocks add in the flavor, so that's the main purpose of leaving it in like this. Having it here for around 2 hours will give it the really nice flavor that we look for. So we're starting by frying our onion. So after frying the onion for a little bit, we'll be adding in the soup. So the soup, the bone soup has been prepared over there. So as we're doing right now, first we'll put in the dry products, so the carrot, the flour that was mixed in with the carrot and the egg, and now the meat and the cheese. Now that all the dry products are ready, we'll be adding in the soup. Okay, let's let it cook for a little bit. Okay, so right now I'm playing with the ankles. So these are very, very popular in Mongolia. From a long time ago till now, a lot of Mongolian kids grow up playing it, and even on vacations, for trips, everybody plays it. And I really like how the restaurant incorporated this, especially for someone impatient like me. Having a game to play with while waiting is amazing. And they even have a mini souvenir shop over there. And as you guys can see, the horse head fiddles back there. The decoration is really, I guess, intricate and very well thought out. I feel like I'm in a way in a ger, but also a very modern ger. And I also really like how the horse head fiddles are placed over there, which was certified by the UNESCO as a traditional musical instrument. And for a lot of Mongolian gers, if you go in, they'll have a horse head fiddle like that placed at the head of the house, and they incorporated that into their restaurant, which I really like. So in a way, the decorations, the environment, everything is very well thought out and very nicely planned. So while I wait, I'll just play with my ankle bones. Okay, I think we should start from the soup as usual. So as expected, the soup is really delicious. And for me, it kind of reminds me of the soup that my grandma used to cook for me when I was young. It kind of has a garlicky taste, but that's kind of questionable because we didn't add in any garlics, but it tastes really good and it's giving me a lot of nostalgia. So for the soup, I'd rate it very high. Now for the main dish that we came here for. Okay. No. It's hot. So, as you guys may know, Mongolia had a nomadic culture, and the hunting and gathering culture and the traditions still carried on till today. And this is one of the most beloved Mongolian traditional meals. On top of that, it gives a lot of strength in a way, and it could be heavy for the first time you're eating it. But in this weather, especially when it's cold out, I'm really glad I'm eating it now because it's gonna give me the strength that I need. And it also, so the rock we have over here, holding rocks like this, hot rocks, it releases gas. So if your stomach is gassy, then this is really good for you guys. And this is something that you guys can also do just at home, heat some rocks. So I guess that's a hack for you. And so for the hot dog itself, it's really good.
За баярлалаа.
Okay, now it's also So now to finish, I have to give a huge thanks again to the restaurant staff and to our chef, to the manager, for everybody who made this work. I have to thank them for their hospitality and also for letting a stranger, me, go into the kitchen and cook with them. So that was, of course, very nice. And as for the restaurant itself, the food gets very high ratings, and the ambience, the environment is also, I really like it a lot. As you guys can see, it's very traditional looking. The walls, all the painting, even the details on the tables and the chairs are really well thought out. So for in the environment, for the decorations, I would give it a 10 out of 10 definitely. I would give it 110%. And it's really nice. And also the service that they had, their service is amazing. Even when it's really busy, when it's packed, they're always greeting their guests, always taking them to the tables. So I would say overall the restaurant gets a 10 out of 10, definitely. Everything from their service to the environment, it's also very calming, as the tourists we asked earlier also said it. So I would definitely come back here. Hope you enjoyed this episode and see you next time on Places to Go.